Hey guys, it's David here with Varez Media, and today we are reviewing one of the coolest video lights that I've tested in a long time. Maybe one of the coolest ones available, but what is it? It's the Pixel Liber RGB video light. I'm assuming it's Liber, like Liberty, or perhaps in honor of Liberace, but pronunciation isn't that important. What is important is why this is a kick-ass accessory. So that's what we should talk about. Just before we do, you'll find timestamps for everything down in the description, along with links for these awesome lights and everything else used to make this video. So check those out to support the channel. And of course, if you enjoy the video, then please like, subscribe, and drop a comment, all of which is hugely appreciated. So thank you. And with that said, let's talk about core features. The Pixel is a compact video light, about 2/3 the size of a typical smartphone. But don't let the pleasingly pocketable proportions provoke pessimistic perceptions, because this thing is impressively feature-rich. I'll talk about everything in more depth when we cover real-world use examples. So for now, a quick summary. We've got white light with a wide color temperature range, from super warm 2500K through to icy cold 8500K. There is fully controllable RGB color changing with both a HSL mode to control hue, saturation, and lightness, as well as a pure RGB mode, where you can specify values from 0 to 255 for red, green, and blue, until you achieve more colors than that Joseph guy and his so-called dream coat. Additionally, there are 10 special lighting mode presets, which range from somewhat silly and situational to unexpectedly useful. So far, you might be thinking that other lights we've covered in the past have similar features, but what they don't have is remote control via an app. That is a real killer extra feature, and it's better for shooting flexibility than my most recent machine gun yoga class. Of course, all those features sound good, but they aren't useful if the light is cumbersome to use or badly constructed. Thankfully, the build quality and design here is really good, even down to slick packaging. Materials combine metal and plastic into a form factor which feels nicely finished while remaining light and compact. The wider design incorporates USB-C for charging, helpful given how common that is now, along with a power switch and multifunctional mode and setting selector button. That selector switch can be moved in two directions to increase or decrease a given variable. If you press it in for a short time, you'll change which variable you're controlling. If you hold and long press, then you'll change the overall lighting mode. We will get more into those modes momentarily, but maximizing my M mentions must merit magnetic mounting. That's right. These lights will stick fairly strongly to magnetic surfaces, giving you even more shooting flexibility than the already helpful pair of 1/4-inch mounting points. It won't work on all metals, but it will firmly fix to ferromagnetic foundations. Pixel advertised that the Liber can achieve 90 minutes of light at maximum brightness from a full charge of the 3000 mAh battery. I'm still running a few more tests. I've found performance to be in line with those claims so far, but I will pop my average battery scores on the screen right here in the edit. Now, let's talk about the fun part. How to use the light and some possible use cases. First is studio lighting. Guess what? I've been lit by two Pixel Libers for this whole time, and I was also lit with that same setup in my recent A7C low light video, which you can check out in the description. So, can it work as a key light or other studio light? Absolutely. Or should I say absolutely? I'll see myself out. But before I do, let's talk about the app, because it really does enhance the use of these lights. We can easily change color and brightness, which is super helpful when setting up and monitoring shots. Plus, let me go back to my favorite settings. I'll also show you the other light. What I've done there is set this one back to non-color mode, which was what I meant to do. I forgot which light I had labeled as Pixel 1 and Pixel 2. That's how smart I am, just in case you were wondering. So yeah, you can see here, changing color temperature. I'll have some B-roll of the app, but I've decided to do this in situ for some reason. So here we are. I don't actually want to change color temperature because that would be unhelpful for my white balance. This is going super well. That's what we call planning ahead. Anyway, I can, however, give myself a dark and moody shot or full lighting. You can scan the QR code printed on the light itself or search and download the Pixel HK app, then remotely control all the light's features and gain access to a handy color picker to help you match your lighting to a particular hue in your environment. Another controlled setting where the Liber thrives is product lighting, where the size, maneuverability, and color-changing flexibility features all work really well. The continuous nature of this LED light is great for videography in general too, meaning no light flicker at any frame rate, which is really helpful for slow motion or higher shutter speed video applications. But what if you're looking for something with a more cinematic mood? The things we've discussed so far will still all be really helpful, from granular color temperature control, remote app access, easy mounting flexibility, etc. But there's also some extra, more situational options. These are the preset scene light modes. There are 10 to choose from, and while they can seem a bit gimmicky while first browsing through the choices, there are a couple that I've started to quite like, and I suspect a bit of sound design could make some of them fairly convincing. See what you think. Now, you might be thinking that this has been a pretty positive assessment so far, but don't worry. With the possible exceptions of my mental health and bike riding capabilities, I'm a man who likes balance. So, let's discuss drawbacks. The Liber is not going to fill up a room or large space, given its brightness, and it's not going to illuminate things for an extended shooting time without some charging or an extra power supply. For the price and the size, I think those are fine trade-offs, especially given that portability. The app is great, and it's one of my favorite features, but it's not quite real time. It waits for you to finish making your adjustment with your device touchscreen, and then the light changes. So you can't make real-time continuous adjustments remotely in the same way that you can with the physical controls. That is very much a minor shame and not a big deal, but potential room for future improvement. Last but not least, and scraping the barrel more than a person trying to name a second Rick Astley song, is the lack of an integrated cold shoe mount. It's very easy to fix with the included mounting points and a cheap accessory, but for vlogging and things like that especially, it would have been a nice addition. Although I admit, not essential. Speaking of things that aren't essential, it's technically not essential for you to like, subscribe, drop a comment, check out the affiliate links if you enjoyed the video, but it would be massively appreciated and help keep the channel going, so please do consider doing all those things. And while you consider that, you might as well also consider picking up this light, because minor, very minor imperfections aside, it is a superbly flexible, portable, and nicely designed little video light. Plus, it gave me an excuse to say the word ferromagnetic in a coherent context for possibly the first time, which was in itself a vitalizingly verbose verbal victory. So, I can recommend the Pixel Liber, and I'll be using mine plenty from here on out. Maybe it would be a good choice for you too. But either way, and even more importantly, until next time, take it easy. But don't let the pleasingly portable yeah, Dave, put lots of tongue twisters in for comic effect and then completely fail to actually pronounce them. That would be a good idea. Add that to the list. Anyway.